Hey y'all, Insecurelynatural here, back at it again with another video for y'all. And sis, are you like me and don't know how to cornrow? Or you do know how to cornrow, but you ain't that good at it? Or you may know how to cornrow and you just ain't got time for all of that? The parting and making sure your braids is even and flat. Sis, I know, I've been there. Are you afraid to wear wig adhesive because you scared it's gonna snatch your edges? Sis, I've been there before too. Do you wanna wear a wig without having to wear wig glue and also without having to worry about your wig sliding all over the place because it's not glued down to your forehead? Sis, I got you. But first, I need you to hit that subscribe button because I post lit poppin' videos every single week. I also need you to hit the notification bell right next to that subscribe button so that you are notified whenever I post a lit poppin' video. And with that being said, let's get into this video. Hello and good morning. For me, it's good morning. It's real early in the morning. So let me start off by saying that I wear wigs as a protective hairstyle. Usually around this time, this is my wig season. I be lazy, sis. Like, real talk, I be lazy. I don't really know how to cornrow. I mean, I can do like some floppy love somethings, but I can't do these clean, crispy braids, straight backs that a lot of people know how to do. With that being said, in all of my laziness, because I be practicing, but you know, ain't nobody really got time for that. So what I do is plaits and braids. Depending on your hair's density, it's going to determine how flat of an install that you get with plaits and cornrows. But I always say that the more dense that your hair is, the more braids or twists that you want to put in your hair. To me, doing plaits and braids is much faster than doing cornrows. I prefer to do plaits, but if you don't know how to do plaits even, sis, you can just do twists. Now, we want to get into the stretching process. I put heat on my hair when I stretch my hair. I also use brushes and tools to detangle my hair. So I try to limit heat when it's not necessary. Because I knew I was going to be doing a wig install, I personally let my hair air dry overnight. It's actually been drying for 2 days, sis. I ain't even been at the house for real. There's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do a heatless blowout on your hair if you don't want to use heat. If y'all want to see a video on how I stretch my hair without heat, go ahead and hit that like button and I got you, sis. I got you. Let me show y'all my hair. Now listen, don't y'all judge me, okay? Because I brushed it out.
Oh my God!
Y'all like my bonnet, by the way? It's reversible and it's really comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and link it down below so y'all can pick one up. It's adjustable and it's my favorite, y'all. I use this on my daughter's hair. She's 8 and it stays on her head all night. She sleeps crazy. Stays on my head all night. I love it. My hair is not really stretched. If I look over here, it's because my camera's over here. I say that all the time. But my hair is not really stretched per se, but it's dry. And it's detangled. My hair is detangled. I applied a conditioner. So once I put the conditioner in my hair, I added an oil. And now that my hair is dry and now that I'm ready to braid it up or plait it up, I'm going to be using a moisturizing cream. The reason why I'm using a moisturizing cream is because my hair is going to protective mode. And I'm going to be putting a wig on my head. So my ends are going to be covered, but you don't want your ends to still be dry. I like to make sure my hair is thoroughly moisturized before I apply my wig. Also, I like to make sure that my scalp is thoroughly oiled and moisturized, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to be using the Camille Rose Almond Joy Twisting Butter. This is a really great moisturizer, especially when it comes to protective styling. First things first, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have where your part is going to be on your wig. I usually always have a middle part on my wig. I love middle parts on me. That's just my preference. So what I'm gonna do is make sure that I have an even middle part going down the middle. To be honest with y'all, the rest don't matter because the rest ain't gonna be seen. This is the lazy girl wig install, okay? We ain't about to do all that. So now that I have my part, I just take and part the rest and I section it. As y'all can see, I have this whole back section out. So I'm gonna get back to y'all once I get finished braiding. Okay, y'all, so I've completed my braids. The next step is optional, but I always oil my scalp because I want to make sure that my scalp is nice and moisturized. I want to make sure that my scalp doesn't dry out. I'm prone to dandruff, so I always oil my scalp. I've oiled my scalp already, so I'm not going to do it on camera. I use the As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp, and I basically just put it throughout my I basically just take it and put it throughout my parts, and then I massage it in for that growth stimulation. And I also took some mango and lime Jamaican black castor oil, and I put that on my edges. Now, we're not gonna be pulling edges today, sis, but I like to always put black castor oil on my edges just to make sure that they nice and strong. You know what I'm saying? You can also take and put it on your ends. So I've done my braids. I have 15 braids in my hair. Sorry, I gotta adjust myself. As y'all can see, they ain't flat, but they ain't gotta be flat. I'm gonna show y'all what to do next. So the next step is getting your braids as flat as possible. Now, if you want, you can use bobby pins. I'm gonna show y'all really quick how to use these bobby pins. You wanna use bobby pins like this. And what you wanna do is, you wanna take each braid and pull it and then add a bobby pin. So you can do this. And you want to pull it so that every braid is flat. You can take several and do it like that. And basically, just add a bobby pin as you go. Instead of bobby pins, what I do is I use a stocking cap or a wig cap. I suggest that you get a wig cap that is closer to your skin tone. If you can't find a wig cap that's dark enough or that matches your skin tone, I always go for a lighter color because then you can add a foundation to the wig cap. But I got this one, and this one isn't really my skin tone, but it works. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do this without bobby pins. So I take my wig cap and I put it on my head just like this. Okay, I look a little funny. And then what I do is I tuck and make sure that it's flat. So as y'all can see, my braids are basically flat. There's no bumps besides the braids. So then what I do is I lift it and I just tuck my braids underneath. If you have longer hair, it may take a little longer to do this step, but you can get it flat. I'm gonna take this side and pull it back just like that, because we definitely want the front to be flat. The back would be flat too, but I usually stuff it all in the back and then flatten it like that. So this is what I do. I don't have my little swirly chair, so y'all just bear with me, okay? But this is what it's gonna, I'm gonna fall first.
Eventually.
This is what it's gonna look like all around your head. I hope y'all can see that. There is another method that you can do with your wig cap, and it's called the ball cap method. A lot of people do the ball cap method. If you look on YouTube, there are plenty of videos on how to do the ball cap method. I personally don't do the ball cap method because I like to let my hair and my scalp breathe. So I do this because when I'm ready to take that wig off, child, I can just take it off. I can take this wig cap off and I can let my stuff breathe. With the ball cap method, you're basically gluing or adhering the stocking cap onto your hair to protect your edges. But because I don't use wig adhesive, I don't even really have to do all that to begin with. Also, my edges are really sensitive, and if I put hairspray or the gas to be on my wig cap along my edges, they're still gonna pull my edges because it's too much on my edges. because they're just sensitive like that. So I just do this. I just put a wig cap on and go about my day. Now I'm going to show you guys what I use to keep my wigs in place, to keep them from sliding without using wig glue or wig adhesive. The first thing I want to show you guys is this. I have a newer one. It ain't much newer, y'all, because I've been wearing the crap out of these, but I have two of these. These are called Wig Grips. I got these on Amazon. I'm gonna make sure to link these down below. They have evolved since I've gotten this one. I bought this one like a couple years ago, but now they have them where you can put it on your head and there's like a lace attached where wherever your part is, you will not be able to see this at all. But the method that I do, you won't be able to see it under your wig anyway. So I'm going to show you guys how to put this on. It was a tag here, y'all, but this is old, so it's gone. But it's a little square here to show you where it was. And you just take it and put it behind your ear, your right ear. And then you just take it, and then they have these little, what are they called, y'all? I didn't even get my mind together. It's too early. They have these Velcro ends that attach, and you just gonna attach that to the back. You wanna get it where it fits your head. Don't do it too tight, but do it where it's gonna stay. And then you're gonna take your wig. She don't have a name, but she's a little old, y'all. I've been having her for about a year, and I got this wig on Amazon. For future video reference, I get a lot of my wigs on Amazon. I know shade, but you feel me, I don't got the money to be paying $300, $400, $500 for wigs. That money can go towards my kids, it can go towards my bills. I mean, to each his own, because you know some people got it like that. But sis, I'm cheap and I'm a minimalist. I make sure that I get the best quality when I get wigs. I also make sure that I take care of my wigs when I get them. This wig, I've been having it for a year. I just washed it and deep conditioned it. That's why it looks a little frizzy. And I've been trying it on my head, y'all. So that's why I look like how I look. If I can find the vendor, if the vendor is still on Amazon, I will make sure to link where I got this hair down below. It's a 22-inch lace front body wave wig. Anyway, back to what I was saying. With the wig grip on your head, you're gonna take the wig, and I already have my drawstring attached good and tight, and you put your wig on. Of course you're gonna put your wig on from the back. We always put our wigs on from the back, sis. So I'm gonna attach the comb. Woo! It's been a while since I wore a wig, I ain't even gonna lie. Okay, so I have the wig grip on, I have the wig on. Let me brush it, let me wet it first, y'all, cause she left frizzy. If you look through the lace, I don't know if y'all can see, I'm just trying to get a little spot right there. I'm gonna have to plug it, but as y'all can see, you can't really see the wig grip. You see the indentation. I'm gonna show you guys how to cover that up, but I'm gonna wait to show y'all at the end because I gotta show y'all these other styles first. So stay tuned to the end so I can show you guys how to hide that little bit of the wig grip that you see. So with the wig grip on, my wig is not sliding back. As y'all can see, it may slide to the left and to the right a little bit because this is an older wig grip. But trust me, if you walk in and it's windy, the wind's blowing all in your face or whatever, your wig is not going anywhere. It's not going to slide back. And I don't have my combs attached because I wanted to show y'all how strong. Y'all see the comb? It's not attached because I wanted to show y'all exactly how strong this wig grip is. If you don't want to wear glue or gas to be or any of those things, but you want a little extra security, I suggest the wig grip because since your wig ain't going nowhere, it's not going nowhere. These wig grips come in assorted colors. They have tan, I believe they have brown, they have a bunch of different assorted colors basically that you can choose from. I believe they have black, but like I said, I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can check it out. It's not that expensive and it's quick, especially if you're in a hurry. You definitely need one of these just to have it for just in case. Or if I want to wear my hair pulled back or something like that, then I would add my Gatsby. And this is the Gatsby that I use. I use the black bottle. They have a yellow bottle. I've tried the yellow bottle. But what I like about the black bottle is that the gel is clear. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the gel is clear. And it's easier for me to do it that way with the clear than the white. One thing I will say about the Gatsby is it is not wig adhesive. It is not glue. Gatsby Ultra Glued is a gel. It tells you that it's an invincible styling gel. A lot of people get it confused thinking that it's glue, and it's not, which means that if you was to put this on your head and you apply water, say you get in the shower and you got this on your head, you want to make sure that your wig is tied down tight, sis, because if not, your wig is going to slide right off. Okay, this is not a glue. This is a gel. It's just strong enough to hold your wig in place. If you're going to be going to work out at the gym, or you're going somewhere you know it's going to be hot and you're going to be sweating, I would not use this, or I would not use this and depend solely on this, because sis, you're going to be devastated. Your wig is just going to slide right off. Even when you apply this to your hair, this glue only will last about, for me, it lasts a couple of days. The longest this has lasted me is about maybe a week, and that's because I touched up the places that were lifting. But if you do what you're supposed to do, sis, it's not gonna go nowhere. It's a good temporary hold for your wigs. Another thing that I love about this is it's easy to remove. With this, all you need is water, sis. You can just wash your hair, and if you have any glue in your hair, you can just wash it out with some nice shampoo and water. You can really just use water and it'll lift it right off. I love that. I love that. It saves my edges, okay? So I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to get real quiet, you know what I'm saying, and show you guys how I install this wig with the Gatsby. So stay tuned. So at this point, y'all, I'm just putting the wig on. Make sure you put it on from the back and then pull it up. So now I'm attaching the combs. You want to make sure that you attach the combs before you start to lay down your gel. So that's what I'm doing. Attaching them combs, sis. So at this point, I'm just brushing the hair back and out the way, so that when I go to push the wig back, I don't have any stray hairs getting in the way as I'm trying to lay the glue down. After I brush it back, I apply my clip to ensure that the hair is not going anywhere. Now I am going to fold the top of that wig back just so it's completely out of my way. I have no hairs in my way. I'm taking the 91% isopropyl alcohol. I don't know why I say it so fast. And what this is going to do is remove any dirt and debris that's still on my skin, on my forehead. And I'm only going to put this where I'm going to put the gel, because you know it's strong. It makes my eyes burn, y'all. But you're just going to put that around your perimeter. I'm also taking my brush and brushing my edges back one last time to make sure that none of them get in the way as I apply this gel. Now I'm going in with the gel. I'm going to take it just a little bit, because you want to do a thin layer. And you're just going to go across where you want your wig to lay. Now my wig is laying a little bit more on my forehead, y'all, because I got a big forehead, and when I wear my wigs, I like to make my forehead appear smaller. So I'm putting my gel a little further down But you can put it anywhere you want, sis. Wherever you want your wig to lay, that is where you're going to put your gel. If you want, if it makes it easier for you, you can take and draw like a line with maybe like an eyebrow pencil or something like that. Just so you can kind of know exactly where to put the gel. I'm so used to just putting the gel on. I don't have to trace lines or anything like that. But if that will help you out as a guide, do that then, sis. Going in on the cool setting, low speed, I guess that's what it is. And all the while, I'm going to be pressing the cold button. So you want to use cold air when you are drying the glue. Don't try to dry the glue. I mean, you can try to dry it with heat. I've tried it before. But to me, when you dry it on cool and cold, it dries much faster. You still need to be patient, sis, because it still takes a while for it to dry. And you don't even want it to dry. You want it to get tacky. I'm going in right now with the second layer. I'm only doing 2 layers because I don't need it to stay on that long. I don't plan on wearing this wig / protective style for very long. So I'm only going in with 2 layers, and I'm going to do this just like I applied it the first time. A small thin layer over top of that first layer. Now all you're going to do is just fan that cool cold air along the line of gel until it gets tacky. You want it to get tacky before you lay your wig, because if you do it while it's wet, if you lay your wig down while the gel is still wet, your wig is going to start sliding and it's not going to be in the place that you want it to be in. So make sure that the gel is tacky. And now I'm giving it one last spray before I go to lay that wig down onto that tacky surface. You can tell that it's tacky because of the cast that it's giving off. It's not as clear as it was. So it's ready to lay down. And you're going to gently put that wig down on that gel, but you want to make sure that you're putting it even. Like me, I still got it crooked. I don't know how, but I did. And I lay one side at a time. I lay the front part of my hairline down first, and then I lay the sides down one at a time. So I'm taking my rat tail comb and I'm doing like a downward motion because the lace is adhering to the gel. But when you do the comb in the motions that I'm doing, it kind of gives the hairline a more realistic look because it gels the hair kind of in a downward motion, and it makes it look all the more real, sis. What? Where's the lace at? You can't see it. Now I'm doing the other side, y'all. I'm going to lay it the same exact way I did the other side. I'm going to take my comb and make sure that it is gelled down flat. Now once I'm done ensuring that the lace is down flat, I want to make sure that the glue, I keep saying the glue, it's not glue, it's gel. I want to make sure that the gel is completely dry. If you are hitting the hair with that cold air and you still feel like the coldness, then 9 chances out of 10 your gel is not completely dry. And you don't even want it to be tacky at this point, sis. It needs to be completely dry because you don't want that wig to go nowhere. So I'm just kind of touching my head or touching the lace with the air just to make sure it's getting all that cool air. And I can still feel the coolness. So I got a little ways to go. Be patient, sis. Alright, so guys, my wig is glued down. Even though I feel like it's completely dry, I always do my final step to make sure that it's completely dry. So I'm just gonna brush the hair down. And what this is also gonna do is going to help to flatten my wig. I always wash my wigs before I wear them, and after I wash them, I notice that the wigs still look a little wiggy, sis. Like that lace front or that closure is still somewhat up. So what I like to do is let my hair lay down for a little bit. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to lay my wigs down. But y'all gotta give me 1 second because I forgot my stuff. So I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. So what I like to do to lay my wigs down is I use some water, and I'm not applying the water to my ends yet because I'm not at the styling process yet. This is not the styling process. We are just getting our wig to lay as flat as possible, okay? That is the initial step. You want to make sure that your wig is flat as possible, sis. You don't want to look like you got hair sitting on top of your hair, okay? So I'm going to take my water bottle and I'm going to carefully, we're not going to soak because we just put our got to be on. If you spray directly on your edges, sis, all that work you just did is gone out the window. So I just take and I slightly mist over the hair. Notice I'm not getting where I glued it. I'm just doing where the hair is sitting at the top and also where the hair is sitting up here, because even though my braids are flat, we still want this part to get as flat as possible. I take the hair and just brush it. I still got a little piece that's lifted. I just take a little bit more of my gas to be. And it's okay, you don't have to dry this part. And I just, usually the tabs are the worst. They don't want to ever stay down. I usually have to touch these tabs up often. And then I always take some leave-in. I use the Cream of Nature Argan Oil from Morocco Strength and Shine leave-in conditioner. I always use this leave-in for my wigs. And I take it and I just spray the top. I'm running low, y'all, so I'm gonna have to add some water to this. Now I'm gonna take my mousse. You can use any kind of mousse that you want, or foam. It's the Jane Carter Solution Wrap and Roll Smooth Styling Mousse. I've been having this for a minute. I've been meaning to do a wash and go with this actually, but we'll get into that in another video. So you take some mousse. Okay, not a lot. You don't want to go too overboard. Lay it on your roots and edges. I'm gonna put a little bit more in the back, and you put it down, down, down. You want to make sure that you're putting it and molding it how you want it to lay, how you want your style to be. So because I want my middle part and I want the top to just be flat like this, then I'm going to lay my mousse just like this. I prefer a big square scarf like this, but you can also use this kind of scarf. But you really want a scarf that's going to hold down all of this. Basically, you want something that's going to tie all of this down, this whole perimeter. I take my scarf, I fold it into a triangle. Hope y'all can see triangle. Then I take it and make sure there's no hair in my face. I tie it down just like this. You want to make sure all of your hair is covered. And you're gonna take it. You can even use a bandana for real, but this is an oversized scarf. You're gonna take it and tie it as tight as comfortably possible. And I just basically let it sit like this for a few minutes. If you have a little bit more time, an hour is perfect. But if you don't have a lot of time, 5-10 minutes will suffice. Stay tuned. I'll be back at y'all in a few minutes. I'm back. As y'all can tell with my, let me adjust this camera, y'all. As y'all can tell with my install, my part is a little to the left. It's a little over to the left, but ain't nothing wrong with a little off-center part. But we're about to move on to the final step of this wig slayage process, and that is to blend your closure or your lace, whatever you want to blend this is. Because right now, y'all can see it. Y'all see where my wig cap is, but that's only if you up close. But should nobody really even be that close to you? You know what I'm saying? We in a pandemic. It's COVID, okay? You shouldn't even be that close to me to see my lace. But just in case you close enough to happen to catch a glimpse of my lace, I'm going to show y'all what to do. I had showed y'all how to do the wig grip, and you seen the indention in the wig grip. So I'm basically going to show you how to hide the indentions of the wig cap and the wig grip to kind of blend in. So first you're going to need a powder. I suggest a powder. You can use a foundation, but to me, a powder is so much easier. I got the Maybelline Fit Me powders. These are super inexpensive. You can find cheaper ones at the dollar store. I have one in Mocha 360, and then the other one is in Truffle 362. I'm gonna go with the Mocha. You need a small brush like this, a small makeup brush like this. You want to take your powder and just kind of get up in there. So you want to take and you want to, I do got slightly turn. You want to take and you just want to color in, because it's basically what you're doing. You want to color in those parts. Can y'all see me coloring it? I just kind of blend it. You don't want it to look obvious. I mean, most people gonna know you got a wig on, if they know you. But for those that don't, you don't want it to look obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I just take my finger and I just blend along as I go. As y'all can see, you can't really tell that I got lace unless you close. I want to show y'all the hair. Let me show y'all the hair. Let me stand up so y'all can see how long it is. I'm very short, so you know, y'all ain't gonna be able to see it too much, but it comes almost to my butt. Like I said, this is 22 inches, so I'm gonna put the hair down below if I can find it for y'all. If you guys would like to see a detailed video on how I styled this wig, which took no time at all, like this video. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because there's more lit poppin' videos on the way. Hit that notification bell right next to that subscribe button so that you're notified every single time I post a lit poppin' video. Make sure y'all follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Insecurelynatural. Follow me on Twitter at Insecurelynatural so y'all can see all the lit poppin' videos and photos that I post that I don't post on YouTube. And always remember, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Deuces.